Hey kids, good morning. Mark Miller here. Oopsie, says Karen. I had just streamed for what, like about 13 minutes, doing really great stuff. Some of the best stuff you've ever seen me do. Say hi, Fred, by the way. There you go. There's Fred over there saying hi. Then realized I'd been streaming to our private channel that we would tested last night for the Dragon Humpers All Ladies show that Karen is producing. So with that, well, let's yes.
Hey, I have a question.
Yeah, go ahead, baby. Do you want me to turn your mic on over there?
Sure. You can do
Your mic is on?
No, I can't because you're not up. It'll take too long.
All right, just come over here
I
then.
have a really important Dungeon Master question.
Yeah, you know, I just started, so the chances of getting a lot of people are low right now. You got about 2 people just kicking in here.
Which 2 people?
I don't know.
Show yourself in the chat room and let me see if
who's
you're
out here.
worthy of this.
There's one.
Yay!
I love it. I'd say go with it. Yes, I'd say go with it. Have you heard of it before? No?
No, but isn't that awesome?
It is, but it might be misinterpreted, you know, with the BDSM crowd a little bit.
Well, then you just double your audience.
Okay, fine. Double your audience. Yeah, so that's the question. How you doing, Codebase Alpha? Welcome. Starting a little late today. I actually was streaming live and doing great. Some of my best work ever. Completely to a different channel with no followers. And I was like,
I now know how to code.
I was like, why is there no response in the chat room? And then I was like, oh, I didn't change profile.
12 minutes of that, and now I know fully how to code.
I know. I told you it wasn't hard.
As you do.
As well as I do. It's not hard. You got it. We talked about asymmetry and methods, right?
We did methods.
Right, we did.
And I know how to do that.
And,
backsplash.
And at one point I was like, at one point I was like, Karen, just get up here and do it. And she was like, well, look at this method. It needs to be refactored.
And so I'm going to go refactor that.
Yeah.
I'll be right back.
Go refactor that method for me. Cured the common cold on that stream, I guess. Yeah, I don't know what happened on that stream over there. What's happening over here? It looks like, wait, by changing my profiles, did I lose my, looks like I lost my, my overlay control. Is that true? I have that there, but my drone game appears to be gone. No, wait, now this is really weird. If I bring it up, it's here. Nope, it's invisible. Hold on. It's invisible on this channel. Let me just fix that. That's probably the problem, which means it's a refresh, which means we're going to be able to kick in and get music here in a second. Okay, how about now for the music? Okay. All right. Interesting, right in the middle of the screen. Oh, look, that got moved. I see what's happening here. Where are you? Streaming Essentials. There. Let's move you down over here. Yeah, so all good. So I wrote a few lines of code without you. I'm sorry about that, kids. But let's kind of look at where we are. I'm adding text effects here into the overlay. What I want, for example, when Fred gets health, I want like a +5 or whatever that is, a +6, +7, +9, whatever that is. That text to kind of rise up right above him like that when he gets health. And similarly, when he takes damage, I want the same kind of thing. There's the damage effect going up, -20, whatever, or something like that. I want those coming up so that people have, in addition to the visuals of the, you know, the blood splatter, whatever. Retro CRT is here with us. Retro CRT, I'm so glad you're with us, buddy. How you doing? Welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. How you doing? How's everybody doing? Is everybody still like no fever? I need you kids to be like diligent, right? Good, thanks. All right, good. Retro CRT's good. Everybody, your family's okay. I want everybody good. We had Rory. Looks like he's maybe succumbed a little bit. Well, succumbed is maybe not a good word to use. Does that mean bad? Yeah, I think that's a bad word. He's like gotten hit by what appears to be coronavirus. We are every day we are like cheering that guy on. He means so much to us, and we need him to get through this. So Rory, if you're out there listening, Rory's family, make sure that guy is resting. Rest all the way through past the end, even when you feel better. I want you still resting, buddy. Getting lots of fluids. I do not want this thing making your life harder than it already is right now. Take care of yourself. Yeah, okay. So yeah, take care of yourselves, kids. Cough but no fever. Uh-oh. Okay, Codebase Alpha. You also, I want you to rest, Codebase Alpha. Watch this show laying down. I'll do the work. I'm going to do the hard work, kids. I'll do the coding. You guys just relax, all right? All right. Everybody take care of yourselves. Okay, so we were, where was I? I was in the Dragon front game, and I've done just a little bit of refactoring here. I made this show damage a little more, wait, actually, sorry, not here. I started here. I made this a little more symmetric. I had a bunch of lines of code here and only 2 down here in this if-else. And it's a great code smell that, you know, maybe we need to refactor if you have asymmetry inside of your if-else branches. Wait, I'm trying to explain something important. Just don't dump that on me this time. Please don't. Pudding. Look at the mess you made, Pudding. At least Mr. Announcer guy's got my back today. Really? You think dumping a vat of pudding on Mark is the right thing to do right now? Just look at that mess you made, Pudding. Yeah, it's my mess. Time for the bestest mess on Twitch. Hello, Codebase Alpha. Thanks, Pudding, for showing up. Glad you're here. So yeah, we refactored this method a little bit. So now we got a show damage call here, and we can turn this into a show health. Refactoring, I suppose, as well. I wonder what would happen if I extracted this. Would it know just to get the player health and send it down? Oh, it does. Cool. Let's call this show health. We got some nice small methods here. Now we got some really cool. Now we got a method that's way easier to read, right? Change player health. Well, if we're changing it and the damage health value is less than 0, we're going to show damage. Otherwise, we're going to show health. Sweet. Nice, nice, nice. Mark was talking to himself for 12 minutes. Yeah, that part was true. Fred and Sprinkles aren't here today. I think Fred goes away when we play some of these things. Fred's here. You good, Fred? I'm a little worried about bringing Sprinkles on just because the hit, but we can do that. We'll bring Sprinkles on and see how things work out with Sprinkles. There's Sprinkles over there. Give us a Sprinkles blast, Sprinkles. There we go. That breathing is nice. I like that breathing. I just want a little more to make it feel real. I'm not going to work on Sprinkles today, I think, at all. We're going to kind of step away from Sprinkles for a little bit. Come back to Sprinkles later when I feel like it. Yeah, listen to that. Sprinkle blast. Give it to me. I need a sound effect here. Some sort of cool sound effect there. All right, so Sprinkles is here. Fred's here. Fred, say hi. There you go. That's Fred. And I think the quarantine is starting to affect Fred. Who, Fred? He's okay. He's not evil. He's fine. Fred, what are you doing? You look like you got, like, evil plans. Who do your evil plans involve, Fred? No, Fred, not me. Are you pointing to Sprinkles? Is it Sprinkles you're pointing to, buddy? No, not Sprinkles. Is it me? Okay. All right, buddy. Yeah, he's got a cunning plan. Yeah, Blackadder, one of my favorite comedies. Really funny. Okay, so what I need to do now is somewhere in my show damage. Notice my show damage, I got this called a get player X. This takes a player ID and turns it into an X position across an X coordinate across the bottom of the screen. So I want to use that to send my text up. I've found text effect, and now I want to use tab to next reference to see where I'm using this, because I haven't consumed this in, like, I want to say 4 months. To see what it looks like here. Add text inside animations. What's animations? I need an animations thing. Is what I need. I think. I need an animations class in my Dragon front game. So let's do that. Let's drop a marker here. Come into my Dragon front game and let's add it. There's now got my animations. Sweet. That was easy. All right. Next. What else? How else am I using that over there in the? Let's look here. Let's just tab through this right here. Mark, who wrote this code? It was me. Hey, Greg. Welcome, buddy. Glad you're here. Everybody, glad you're here. Everybody, take it easy today. Said I'm going to do the heavy lifting today. I'm going to do the heavy thinking. You just chill out, everybody. Everybody, relax, and we'll see if we can get some code working here. What is this? Remove expired animations, and render. That's in my update screen. I want to grab those 2 lines of code and move them over into my Dragon front game as well. Let's go find my render here. Is that what I'm looking for? Render. We got a render in my Dragon front game. Got an update screen, I bet. And there it is. So down near the end of this, I'm going to do that. So that means, so there we go. What type is this? Alternative. This is a sprite collection. Okay. So then I'm going to do my animations. I'm going to rename this to, well, I won't rename it yet, but I want to rename it to text animations. Okay, drone game, animations. Anything else I'm doing with animations? I can add something to it, and that's it. Easy to use. All right, cool. So here's how I'm going to add it. Like that is what it looks like. Something like that is what I need. Cool. This could be incredibly easy. And a few lines of code, and I've got this cool new feature thing working here. Let's hit escape to jump back to the marker we dropped and show damage. There we are right there. Let's create a new function that call it maybe add floating text, I think. And we'll need the text. We'll need the X position here. Like that. And, okay, I really feel, because of the breathing, that the guy is here. I feel like he's right here. I'm going to have him walk back, and I'm going to make him disappear here in a little bit here, and that should stop the breathing. All right, I think that's going to work. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to handle that animation. All right, this animation to add text. This is my text right here. Velocity Y. If we just do this is going to come up the same way here. Let me get rid of Fred for a second. Fred, can you say goodbye? Thanks, Fred. We're going to get rid of you. All right. Now, if I come in here, this is the code. Hey, Deepwater's here. Deepwater, I just realized, have you seen the map editor that we've been building, Deepwater? Because I really need to show that to you if you haven't seen that. So if I come in here and I say genre, and I say techno like this, okay, let me show it to you. Look at the word techno. See what's doing on there? It kind of does that. So that's this animation right here. That's what this is going to do. I kind of want it to go up more, so we'll play with these numbers a little bit. But this is what we're doing for the genre text. I'm pretty sure that's where we got it from. Where's the X position here? There's my X. This should be X position. My Y should be down about 1,000. That's good. This is the lifespan of it. The scale, the target scale. So this is like it'll grow, right? Fade out time. I think my fade out time, I want it to be much longer. I want to say maybe 3,000. Let's make its lifespan be 7 seconds. Maybe not that long. Maybe 5,500, like that. And my fade out time is there. My fade in time is, I think that shorter fade in time is good. My velocity Y is, I think positive is up in this. So when I think I want to say, let's make it like a 7 for now. Let's see what we can do with that. Next, add floating text. I want to come in here and I want to say add floating text. Hold on. I want to add color here too. I think I got fill colors and what do I have in here? No fill? Come on. Stroke? I thought for sure text effect added color. Font color and outline color. Okay, that's what I'm looking for. So we're going to say font color is equal to, will be the font color we're passing in, which I think is a string. Yep. And the outline color is going to look like that. I'm going to swap the order of these. BS right here to give me a new string parameter. Say font color. BS outline color. Like that. Okay, there's my add floating text. Get the colors right. Now I can come in here and I can say this dot add floating text, and the X position is going to be player X. The text is going to be and it's going to be oh no, it's just, sorry, it's just dot damage health. That's what I want right there. And actually, now that I think about it, it's already got a negative in front of it. So I can just do this like dot to string or something like that if I wanted to on it. Well, let's go back. There's actually kind of a value to doing this, and that I can come in later if I want to modify it. It's much easier to modify if I want to do that. All right, the font color is going to be Dragon front game dot damage font color damage font color damage, which I need to create right here. And I guess I'm going to make it red for now. We'll fix that later. And then I also want to have a font outline damage. And maybe we'll make that black. Right there. Okay, and that adds the floating text. Because it's got a lifespan, it'll be cleaned up automatically. Because it's added to animations, we can now change this to like text animations, because we don't really have any other animations we're doing here. But it could hold all of them. This can also hold animated shapes as well. And then let's do the same, essentially the same kind of code here. For show help. Like that. And this is going to be a plus. We'll put a plus in front of it and do this. And let's make this one all white. I thought we had a color picker working in JavaScript. Okay. I'm not sure if this is an issue or not. I'm going to write a note to myself to check in with the devs about this. Color picker. All right. Meanwhile, let's open up the. I want to show Deepwater the work that we had done on the map editor.
Genesco 7, where are you? We need your help.
And it disappears into the smoke. All right, here's the map spike. Let's run this. I'll show you this. I was talking about this on the show. It's super hard to, the show, the interview, Deepwater. It's super hard to visualize. But I think once you see it, I think it'll be like, that's what Mark was talking about. All right, let me open up a file here. It's a big file. Take a second. Suppose Codebase Alpha. What? Gonna do that. All right. So here is the here's the map editor that we built. This is a group right here. Let me drop some items down here on the floor here. Let's look at damage. Go to the damage page, and then we'll get we'll load up some I don't know, some damage, I guess. How's that look? Oh wow, that's not good. That's not good right there. What else do we got here? Yeah, it's all right. So it's not Coderous without you, Genesco 7. I got better looking damage. This is not bad. There you go. So we got some damage on the floor like that, right? We've got some items here. Let's grab some statues as well. Pop some statues in here. And what you're starting to see here as I am manipulating these pieces here, you're seeing that the buttons to manipulate are all around the item that we're selecting right there. So as a result, the mouse moves are not extreme. And the items are kind of where you'd expect them to be depending on what you need to do. Especially if I come along and I have a multi-selection here. So if I were to take this guy and maybe control drag him down to the other side of the room, let's maybe get these guys and move them out to another room here. Put him over here for now. So now take this guy, and now I want to flip him horizontally. I just click this button there, and I've flipped him horizontally, like that. I can now shift click on both of these, and now I have an option to align the horizontal centers. It's in the middle. I can align left as well, or align right, which is over here. This is what I was talking about, is having the buttons in the right position. So if I do this, I want to align right, I just do this, and now they're lined up. I can undo it, and go align left, and they're lined up. Or I can undo it, and hit center, and then they both center, right, like that. So I can do these kinds of things. Yeah, right, looks great. That's what I'm talking about. Now, if I could take it to one more level, let's now select one more of these. Now I look at these. These are the extra buttons I was talking about. This is distribute vertically, and this is distribute horizontally. So I can come in here and say, let's do it vertically like that, and maybe also if I want to horizontally. And so I've got the middles of these lined up in steps here where they are. Let me undo that again. This usually makes more sense if I do one of these aligned and then the other like that. And so now
Shirley Dad is in the house.
Shirley Dev, please. Shirley Dev, this is a family show. Can you not talk about these things? Please? Thank you. Beachcast says, lurking for a few while I eat. Pre-stream. Hey, Beachcast, welcome. Better disinfect that laptop. Yeah. That is true of Shirley Dev's laptop, like 24/7, right? Even after disinfecting it, it's like you might want to disinfect that thing again, buddy. So anyway, that's a little bit about the map editor that we built here on the show. And that's about the UI. The other cool thing about the UI that we built was super cool is this dialogue right here This dialog is based on actual properties in the class. There's no code that says, here's put a text box here. I mean, there's no XAML form, right? If we were to add a property that was like an enum, we would see a set of radio buttons for the enum values. And this 1/2 and 3/4 are coming from attributes on the enum elements itself. So we've got this super cool property editor that comes up. No! Always, just like he always does that. Just as I'm about to get in a conversation with Oscar the Grouch, right? Comes in and gets us. All the cool kids are here. Yeah. Haven't seen that one before. Nice. Oh, Jesus. Look out. Look out. Come on, Michael Jolly.
Michael Jolly is in the house.
Bald-bearded builder. Oh! That's what I'm talking about. That's not the Grover I remember from my childhood. That's Groversaurus, of course. Frank is with us, hoping to see you use those maps during the game. Maybe I didn't stay long enough. No, we did not have the maps. The maps are not ready to go yet. I'll maybe work on that next week. I don't know. I need to get to a secondary level. So we got the editor kind of working, but now we need to push the data out so we can use it quickly during the stream. That's a little tricky, and I'm not sure how to do it, although I'm thinking right now of an idea. So one of the tests we did, I think this idea is going to work. One of the tests we did with the All Ladies show, All Ladies Dungeons and Dragons show, is we had 5 NDI streams. All of them were hitting, all of them had green screen filters on them. They were all coming in from Skype, and then we were sending out one composite of all of those back out to Skype. And my machine was just chugging. It was like, and often the NDI stream we were sending out to Skype was just frozen, and then would catch up, and then it was frozen again. And the idea I just had is, I was thinking anyway, getting a second machine to handle the Skype part of the call, and I think I've figured out how I can separate everything to make that work. But then we could also, on the same machine, we could put the map code on that second machine. So that code puts the background, does the background in the map. Can I do that? No, maybe I can't do that. Yeah, I think the map's going to have to be on one machine. Anyway, all right. So the second machine would just handle the Skype call and all the green screening effects. There'd be an OBS instance on the second machine. It would do the green screening there. So the second machine's taking care of all of that heavy lifting with the green screens. And there's a lot there, right, with 5 of those signals coming in. That would then come over to my machine. My machine would then take care of compositing, laying everything down, sending that Skype, that NDI signal back over to the first machine that's got the Skype call on it. But the compositing would happen here on my machine, and that would essentially divide the work up across 2 machines. And then my machine would then stream out as well. And I think that's the way to do it. My question is, though, the thing I'm trying to figure out is what am I looking for in that second machine? Am I looking for a lot of memory? Am I looking for processor speed? I think that's really what it is. I'm looking for a good GPU. And I think that's it. And I'll just use like a KVM to switch so I can use a keyboard and one mouse with both of those and some monitors. Jolly of Mayonnaise. Beachcast says splat. You remember your childhood, Bald-Bearded Builder? Pudding says in Genescu 7. Deepwater says, I like what you're doing there, Mark. Coincidentally, I'm working on a dynamic form builder in Angular. Okay, cool. Yeah, it's kind of cool. Mr. Announcer Guy says, hey, Bald-Bearded Builder, I was thinking maybe you could use a little color in your beard. You could cover up that streak of gray that's starting to make you look a little too distinguished. Mr. Announcer Bot, you better apologize for that. Are you sorry, Mr. Announcer Bot? Say you're sorry, Mr. Announcer Bot.
Sorry-ish.
All right. That's pretty good. It wasn't too bad, Mr. Announcer Bot. He doesn't need to be sorry if he's right. Guess that's true.
Exactly.
Okay. All right. All right. Good time maybe to do a disclaimer here. Everything on this show is accomplished through... those are two qualities that we're running with at high speed. High speed on this show.
Disclaimer.
Uh-oh. New one's coming up.
Doesn't know.
That one is also true. Also true. Also true, kids. All right, so that's very cool, right? And we also have hue shifting on here as well. I can close this down, bring up the color shifter, make some changes here, increase saturation if I want to, contrast, lightness, all kinds of things like that. Get a nice look going there if I want to for that dungeon design. The thing is so we've got kind of the basics of the dungeon layout piece done, the editor done. We need to get to a point where we now divide things into layers and also be able to have pieces that are flippable on and off. And I think it's going to take, a couple weeks to do that. And I think I'll probably start, I'm feeling like I might start that next week. How's the, what, Fred? Fred, where are you? Fred, come back, buddy. Let's make Fred come back. Let's make him reappear back in here. Okay. All right, so that's the editor we have. It's not bad. I want it to be really good. The thing I don't like about this editor, though, I'll say right now, it does have performance problems, and I attribute them to the heavy amount of graphics that we are doing inside WPF. And that if I really want this to be good and fast, I am going to need to get rid of some of the WPF graphics manipulation and turn it into GDI plus graphics manipulation. Once everything's up, it's not bad, but and I think there's also some inefficiency in what we're doing, and we could be more clever about what we're doing. But in general, it looks pretty good. This map was imported from the Donjon map generator and the fantasy map generator, and these walls were built programmatically around it. So you've got these kind of cool looking walls that, pretty much photorealistic, or I don't know what you want to call it, but they look great to a pretty high degree of zoom. Right, the character, if we go to the characters, this is how big a character is going to be on this thing, right here. And when we play the actual game, the resolution of the character is actually going to look better than what you're seeing here. It'll be twice as high resolution in the game. So the background's still going to be as blurry as you're seeing it now, which is still not too bad, but the character will be in sharp focus and detail because we've got double the resolution for the characters. So that's kind of cool. And we have the characters will be able to spin around and face any direction they want to. So that we're going to go back to that, I think, next week. Okay. All right. Test shield. I don't have a shield. You want a shield, buddy? We could get you a shield. It wouldn't take too long. Let's get the text going here. Let's try that out. Get the text going. Well, that's the map spike. I want to go back to the overlays. So I got the color health and outline. We're going to need to change those colors. But the add floating text, this might all work. Let's go to our local host instance of Chrome. Let's load up the Dragon Front overlay. And let's see if we can get some text showing up here. Loaded, initialize player data. Oh wait, it's loaded, but I didn't see, hold on. I didn't see the text in the background, which indicates there's probably a problem loading it. Animation is not defined in Dragon Front game. Okay. So that means we need to go to our Solution Explorer, get to our Dragon Front game, pages, Dragon Front overlay is what we're calling this. We need to use animation. And I think it's like this. That's what I think it is. Let's go take a look at where animation is. Hopefully it's in the game engine. Uh-oh. Where's animations? Is that what it was? It was animation? No. All right, let's use CodeRush. Where are you? Animation? Symbol not found? Interesting. I'm going to call that a code rush issue. Let me go report that. Hold on a second. Issue start. All right, kids, I'm inside my CS HTML. I want to do a jump to symbol. So I'm typing in animations. Nothing is found because I'm in the CS HTML file. However, if I switch over to my Dragon front game or any of my TypeScript files and I bring up and I type in animation, I can find it. That's not what I want, though. Anyway, that's the bug. I contend that, hey, this is part of the solution. Therefore, if I hit this key, I should be able to find it. Notice it's not here, but it does show up on my recents. I can go grab it there and jump to it. So, yes, the animations are not showing up inside of that. Let me close this bug report that I'm sending to the CodeRush team. This is symbols not found in CSHTML files. There's the issue. All right, devs will take a look at that. Devs, by the way, are liking this way of reporting, by the way, right? We're getting edge case bugs. We're getting a lot of data on the edge case bugs when it comes in. They were like, we were talking about this and they were saying, hey, could you add this to your email so we can, and one of the things they wanted me to add is my local time. And now they're building an automated tool or part of the tool that now checks to see what my time is, goes into the log files and grabs just things within a certain range, like within about 2 minutes of that, so that the dev, when they see the report, they see just like the essence of the data, right? We're taking out a lot of that noise. They can always go back to the full logs if they want to, but it's cool, right? So the devs are into it. I'm into it as well. I think this is actually one of the best things about this show is there are opportunities to find and fix edge case bugs with greater data. So it's cool. Yeah. Surely Devs says that's sweet. Yeah, it is. It is. Also, I think I've talked about this in the past, but we have added new features, and I blogged about this as well. We've added new features to CodeRush, which enable it to self-diagnose and detect problems, performance problems. So if a performance issue occurs in CodeRush while you're using it, it can spot that and then come back and say, hey, I found it. I've got call stack data. Can I send this to DevExpress? And if you say yes, it'll send it to us. Then we've got now data to see what's going on, which of parts of us and which parts of Visual Studio are on the call stack, essentially profiling data focused just on that performance issue related to CodeRush, if it is related to CodeRush. So cool, really cool stuff, right? It makes it so much easier to report a performance issue because it catches it in the act rather than you now having to go try and find it, find out how to duplicate it, right? So if you're working with it and you see a message that says, hey, would you like to send the data to us? Please say yes, so we can get that data and work on that data. So, all right. Next, let's see. We added the pieces. Is that enough? Is the question. Let's go in and refresh again. See if we get errors in here. Not found. Well, it's not in Animation.js, unfortunately. Okay. Well, we were close. I say we were close. We probably weren't close at all. Where is that animation class? It's not the right class anyway. Is that right? Animations. Is there one with an S on it? Ooh, there is. That's in text effect. That's where we want to be. Okay, so we want to open up text effects. That's what we want. Where'd I put you? All right, let's try that. Saved. Refresh. TextEffects.js isn't found. What's going on in my world here? Why aren't things easy? Where's my dice roller? How are we doing it here? Let's grab that one. That could be why. Because it's coming from the game engine, let's put it up sooner. Right up in this space, for example. All right, let's try it now. Refresh. Better. Okay. Let's initialize player data. And let's give some damage. All right, not bad. That's not bad. I'm seeing the blood graphics here, but I'm not seeing them on the main one. But I think that might be because it just hasn't loaded yet. There it is. Yeah, it's just that. Okay, we need that to go much higher. What's interesting is the velocity doesn't seem to be working on it at all. And I'm not sure why that is. Yeah, let's just send it 77 and see if we see any difference. I'm suspecting that there's something else we have to do to say it's a movable part. Okay, initialize player data. Switch to Reba. Send some damage. Yeah, there's nothing moving there. It's not moving at all. Okay, so we'll come back over here and we want to say, what's going on here? Do I need an update positions on this? Let's go look at text animations here. What do I have? I have a render call. Does render update its positions? What's going on? Takes each animated element and renders it. Let's see if TextEffect has a update position in it. Codebase Alpha wants more of it. Codebase Alpha says, have a little fun, introduce an off by 1 hour bug into that feature. Okay, maybe. Okay, not here. Scalable animation. Go up. Scalable animation comes from animated element. I bet here's where I'm going to find it. Got an animate call. Oh, thanks, kids. Thank you so much. Let's go see what we've got with velocity here. Here's my velocity X and Y. Bounce. This is not going to bounce. Got a changing direction. Not really going to do anything there either. Change velocity. No. Update position. Who's calling this? That's what I want called. Update positions for free elements. Interesting. Oh yeah, sprite proxy I think descends from animated element, I think. Text effects, update positions. Okay, cool. And that's doing it for every single one. Who's calling this? That's what we're missing right there. We need that. Let's go back over into our front game. We need to call that and make it be text animations instead of that right there. Maybe the damage X should wobble a bit as the impact, as if from the impact from the blow. The damage text. Yeah. I don't think I have a wobble in here yet, but we can, I don't think that's too hard to add. We can add that. Let's try this now. Refresh this. Is it going to float up like I'm expecting? Initialize, whoops, I hit initialize player data too soon. Do it again, one more time. All right, here we go. Here comes some damage. Reba. It's going really fast. I can see it dropping down. And the X position is weird. It's going to the right as well. So let's go back to where we were. Not sure if I've got a marker in here or not. I think I'm gonna have to go over here to, oops. Dragon front game. Thanks again, Codebase Alpha, with the close. All right, I need to find, add text effect. There it is, add text, okay. So velocity X is gonna be a big fat 0. This is gonna be a -7, I'm gonna change it to. Seems like it was fading out way too fast though. Try again. Maybe it was because it was going off screen and we didn't see it. Initialize player data. Let's give Rebecca Ribbenhouse.
Rebecca!
And let's give her some, put some damage on her. Yeah, that's not, constant velocity is no good. Also the size needs to kind of be that bigger, get bigger as well. Do we have force and acceleration on these guys? In text effect? That's what I really want. I don't think we do. That's up in scalable animation. An animated element, rather. Sorry. Down in update position. Here. Get horizontal thrust, get vertical thrust. Tell me about that. Sprite proxy's got it. But I don't care about sprite proxy. I want it in my own class. All right, it's only here. What is the harm of making this a property in text effect? That's kind of where I'm at right now. Come down here and say return this dot vertical thrust, right? .NET Docs rating. Thanks so much, .NET Docs, for the raid. Welcome everybody. Welcome. Welcome. I'll tell you what we're doing in a second. Just in case you're watching a commercial. Here, let's close down the scroll right there. We are working on text effects, animating text effects for a live Dungeons and Dragons game. I've got vertical thrust here. Let's also put in horizontal. Might as well. Like that. Get both of these in here. I've got a get vertical thrust override. Do I have a get horizontal? Not here. Okay. There we go. Look at that. CodeRush's duplicate selection taking care of me. All right. So now we've got both of those overrides there. Now that means we can come over to our front game and we can say, here's our negative velocity going up. Look at that. It's coming in. Oh man, he's flying low. Who is that? Who's that guy? Jetsam. It's Jetsam, guys. Jetsam's in the house. Yeah, watch out for that wing. Cool. All right, so now, greetings, friends. Greetings, Jetsam. Now what I can do is I can say, okay, its velocity is going up, but its vertical thrust is going down. So it's going to eventually slow down, right? Because of that thrust going the other way. I don't know. I'm going to try 3 for right now and see what happens. We'll have to play with it a bit while it's running. Tweak it. Initialize player data. And
Mr. Quake.
Huh. That's kind of fun. Hold on one more time. There's a little bit of a jump in that. I'm not sure what's going on there. I think it's a performance related issue. Let's take the vertical thrust and change it to 1.5. Let's refresh one more time. And I think we also want to take this lifespan and take it down to maybe that. Fade out time, take it to 2500 maybe, like that. Yeah, welcome to the stream. Welcome to the stream. Wings are Jetsam. Okay, refresh. Here we go. Let's get rid of the scroll. Let's hide the scroll. Initialize player data. There we go.
Porridge pot. Orkina.
Close that down. And now Orkina, who's over here, right there. Let's inflict some damage. Better, better, better. It's going up a little fast at the beginning, I think. It's not bad though. I could go with it. I'm going to slow it down a little bit, I think. Just a little bit. So I'm going to take this velocity. Let's take it down to maybe -5. So it's going a little slower. Let's similarly drop this down a bit, the vertical thrust. Let's take this target scale and make it bigger. I want to do that as well. Hold on just one second. Go. And let's say we're going to take it to maybe double its size. Let's play with that. See how that looks. So yeah, when we were doing just the constant velocity, it may not have been obvious, right? When you're watching it, oh, there's something wrong there. But now I think when you compare the two, right? Remember how it was going up slowly, and then we compare it to the new one? The new one feels more natural. Part of the reason it feels natural is because of the way we move, right? When we move if I reach out to go grab something, I'm actually accelerating. I'm reaching peak speed somewhere in the middle, and then I'm decelerating as I grab the item, right? So everything that is in the real world accelerates and decelerates. So when we see something, suddenly go like that, it doesn't work out very well, right? Not very good. Okay, so let's do it again. We've initialized. Bring up Athena. Why aren't we seeing it on the main stream? I'm wondering. I was expecting.
Fred Orkina.
Okay, there we go. Let's drop it down. And now let's send over some damage. We should be commanded to replay our fanfares once each stream. On demand? No! No pudding. That is too much power and control. All right, so here we go. That's not bad. I want to get, I think, just a little more velocity. Let's make it a negative 5.5. And I think I'm going to say it, call it done. That animation is done, I think. And actually, let's try it on the main stream here. So let's take our front overlay on the live stream. We'll refresh that with this new data. And initialize player data. And
Red Orkina.
And here comes some damage. Yeah, that's looking pretty good. More damage. So you're not seeing the blood because it's load on demand, also the sound as well. So everything's still loading. I've got all these resources loading right now. It's load on demand, load on background loading. Shield with wave is so nice. Oh yeah? I didn't see that. Yeah, maybe I do need a button to bring up the shield. That's pretty cool. There we go. There's some blood coming out. I'm going to say that's not bad. Let's look at what happens when we add health. Let's think about this. I feel like it's coming up way too soon for health. Boom, I want it coming up right about there, like about 2 seconds later for health. Let's do that. Let's make the health be delayed. And I think we can do it like this. Wait, I don't want interval. I always forget the other one that's not set interval. It's not delay, right? What is it? JS set interval and what? Set timeout. Got it. Okay. Set timeout. And my handler is I forget what the syntax is for this. I'm putting the handler, embedding it right inside of it. Well, I can just call the function is what I can do. No, actually I don't. I want to do the I want to save the data. I just want to use the data inside. I forget how to do this. Is it maybe it's just this. And the timeout. I think it might be this, and then as a syntax, and then inside of here, we're going to do this and this. Is that going to work? Fred waving his hand with shield is like Fred having magic powers. Okay. Is it? Okay, so this is clearly not syntax. It doesn't like that at all. Help me out here. JavaScript set timeout. I'm just not remembering it. Examples. I think I'm going to inline function in here. That's what I'm looking for. Need this at the beginning of it. Right there. Boom. And now it'll work. All right, cool. Let's see if that works. So about 2 seconds after showing health occurs, we're going to put that text animation up. Let's refresh the front overlay on the main stream since we're testing in this space now. Okay, initialize player data. Okay.
This bullet spot is earthquake.
Alright, here comes the health. Yeah, it's not bad. I think that might work. Yeah. Good. Do these colors change based on... Looks like they don't. It may not. Let's look at this. Show health gain. Right here. Launch a plus. Q shift is here. If it's temp hit points, we have a different color. And then we do plus or minus 30. Okay, so not bad. Basically, it's about 220 is what we're looking at in terms of the color on that. Let's open up an image editor and see what that hex code is looking like. So we get our colors correct. In general, not bad though. I like the I like the visual feedback. Right, you see that both health is going, and you see what the numbers are as well. All right, where's my image editor? Are we uploaded yet? Where are you? There you are. Okay, let's go to 220 and yeah, it says well, yeah. Just want to see what's happening to it. Temp hit points is something different. How can we tell if it's temp hit points? Is temp hit points. Okay. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna... Yeah, I guess I kind of have to have two different colors here. If it's temp hit points, so we're gonna come in here and say font color and outline color. Let's make these both lets right there. And let's set these equal to that. And this one equal to that. And then I want to say, hey, if it's temp hit points, then I want to take both of these and set it equal to temp HP. Temp HP, so we'll figure out what those colors are right there. Okay, there. Format, good. So now we've got a temp HP one and a regular one. All right, let's figure out the colors. Okay, so for regular health, I'm going to use this color right here for the text, I think. I wanted kind of a lighter color. That's my color there. And, whoops, not that one, up here. And I think I'm okay. Am I okay with that having a white background? Maybe I am gonna. Do I want a black background on that? I'm gonna darken it up just a bit, and we'll keep the white background. All right, then we want to shift this over to about, what was it, 330, I think we said. If it's right around there. Ooh, I like that color. That's kind of fun and nice. All right, let's do that. We'll use that one right there for the temp HP one. All right, cool. So now we've got temp, 2 different colors coming out. Also for the blood, let's figure out the blood on this too. The blood for when damage occurs. It's essentially happening at 0. It's like this. I'm thinking we want a kind of a little bit darker color, like there. Yeah, I'm feeling that. All right, so the color damage is going to look like this. Okay, and let's refresh the front overlay. Now, I don't think I have a way to send temp hit point pieces over yet. I think we could make that happen though. If we go to the D&D app and we go over to the XAML and I search for inflict damage, here we go. And apply health is here. I could add one more of these. Temp HP. Like that. And the only thing I need is just like an on-click event handler right there is what I need. Let's actually keep the one I've got for a second here. Set a breakpoint over there in it. Jump back. I just hit tab to next reference and I hit escape to get back. Add temp HP hit points. With that, and I want to change this from health to temp HP. With that. If we do that, we go over and look at our app, running app. There you can see this is what we've just added right here. We're at the breakpoint. All I wanted to do is get to that breakpoint so that I could come over here, get rid of this. Now we just got into that, but now I'm going to come in here and now I'm going to hit Control Space and choose New Event Handler and then get the real one that I want to have for it. Also, it looks like we need a margin on the top here of this. So let's take that margin, put it up there. Got that cool margin. We're not going to look like goofballs anymore. Let's go hit tab to next reference and here set the new breakpoint and hit run. And so that's what I just hit. But now I should be able to choose add temp hit points like this. Give it some number like 5 and do that. Now, I want to go back. I want to go back over to the code here. What's happening in this code? Change player health. I think we want code like this. We want something that looks a little bit like this. And we want to do we want to come in and say, all right, we want to do damage health change. Hold on a second. We're passing in a text box to it. And the second parameter is whether the multiplier is +1 or -1, meaning we're going positive or negative. So we're going to say this is going to be +1 here. And the text box we're going to pass in is txt, what? I didn't give it that name? Oh, it's there. I did give it the name, but it can't get it because of edit and continue. But I created a template. I think it's XCD. Is that right? That's what I'm remembering. No. Not remembering the template name. Let's go search for it. I created a template to solve this problem during edit and continue, where I could go ahead and reference it temporarily. Let's go look at this. This is in Mark Custom. Not there, not there. Nope. XNC. That's what it is. XAML named control. That's what it stands for. So if I type in XNC here, like this, I can now say the control type is a text box, like that, and then paste in that name. And there's a comment here that says delete the property after your edit and continue session ends. And now I can access this as if I had already built it from the very beginning. Okay, that's a custom template that I have. If you want that, let me know. I am using that. You know, it's not something we're shipping yet. Yeah, I guess we might ship it in the future. It might make sense to do that. So now I'm going to do this, but the one thing I want to do is I want to say hits temp hit points is what this is. So is temp hit points, I'm going to set that equal to true. And that means we should be able to now test. If I run it, didn't find it. Okay, let's do this. Maybe I did something wrong here. Let's bring it back up here. Okay, let's run out of there. Let's similarly do this. Bring it down here. And what's my problem here? Text temp HP. Pretty sure that's what I did. Why can't it be found? Set a breakpoint here. We're really going to not find it. Is kind of what's going to happen here. Is that true? Yeah. Now, I can restart the app. Oh, now we got one. And it didn't happen before? Oh, is it not the right type, maybe? It's a text block. Did I rename the wrong one? Did I do the wrong one? I did. It's TBX temp HP. My bad. Okay. So, okay. So it was my mistake. All right, let's come back here. It's trying to typecast it as a text box. That's failing. Let's get to here. Let's just run it until we get to there. I can't delete this because I've edited and continue, but I can come down here and say XAML named control again, like this. One more time. Text box. And now I want it to be TBX temp HP. Then I'm going to change this line of code to this and come back up here. And now that seems to have worked. That seems to have worked. And run it. And looks like I need to overlay, to initialize player data here on the overlay. Let's initialize it. Are we not initializing? Let me refresh one more time, see if we can get this to initialize. Initialize player data. That thing doesn't go away. Sometimes I see that happen if we're at a breakpoint for too long. It's like signalR just dies. I'm going to say it's dead. I'm going to shut down my D&D app. Execute part 2. So now the cool thing is that comment, even if I ignored that comment, I tried to run, we get errors here because there'd be 2 of these in the global namespace. It's just all that template does is it lets you have 1 of them in the global namespace when you're doing edit and continue. All right, so delete both of those, run one more time. That's underlined, but I think it's going to resolve itself and everything's going to work. I think it's just a little slow. Meanwhile, I'm going to take the overlays, I'm going to refresh them. The back overlay, refresh it. Initialize player data. Can I reach out over here? Not quite. Okay.
Orkina.
All right, let's try now to add some health to Orkina. Give her 22. And the number, there it is, coming up. Nice. Let's give her some temp hit points. Here they come. Do we get a kind of a red color? Nice. Sweet. And let's inflict some damage. And so the blood we're not seeing because it's got to load it up. There we go. And the timing looks good on all of these. Minor change I want to make to these. Where's my Dragon Front game? We'll put HP there. Put HP here. Actually, let's create a string here called suffix. I think the TARDIS is trying to materialize. Whoops, let me hide that scroll so you can see that code. Yeah, fun, isn't it? Okay, and now, what do I want to put out over here for the suffix? I want it to be HP, like that. Okay, but if it's temp hit points, then I want to come down over here and I would say the suffix is equal to, I think a space and then temp HP. I think. And then we're going to put the suffix right over here. All right, refresh the front overlay. Initialize player data. That's mine. Let's try again. Inflict damage. Maybe it needs a space. I think it needs a space. Yeah, the reason why is our feature detectors are thinking it's one word, right? Because it's moving as well, and we want to make that very clear. So we want to throw a space in here, and where else? Space there, and a space here before the suffix, which means we can get rid of the space here and here. Like that. Okay, good. One more time. We'll refresh it one more time. Initialize player data. Okay.
Miss Bridge Pod. Viva.
Here we go. Let's add some health. Yeah, better. Add temp hit points. Totally works for me. Inflict some damage. Yeah, I think it's good. I think it's usable. And I think it's gonna, make things way more, easy to consume when you watch. I love it. So cool. So we got some text animation that we relied upon, that we used existing code that we wrote, like I say, 4 to 6 months ago, wrote and consumed it in that last, in many shows ago. We used that. We added the ability to, we added properties for horizontal thrust and vertical thrust. We're only using vertical thrust now. And so we've got this nice kind of, thing where it gets bigger, grows up, goes up and slows as it's growing up, as it's moving up. I think it's not bad. The only thing I'm wondering about right now is I'm thinking about having it start at a smaller, much smaller. I'm going to make that last change. I'm going to change the scale, set it to 1. Go from 1 to 10. Let's see how that works. Because I just want it to kind of come out, as if it were the blood itself, or as if it were, the spinning pluses, and have it look like it's growing right out of it. That's what I'm trying to get here.
Orthina.
All right, here we go. Orthina. Yeah, I like that better. Let's put it back over me. Add health. Yeah, much better. Add temp hit points. Inflict damage. Yeah. I need to start lower. Let's start at 1080. Start it right at the very bottom. Let's make the fade in time a little bit less too. I think that might be it. This is going to be, I swear, this is my last change. Yeah, so right now, in terms of polishing, we're doing this kind of really looking at fine details, right? In terms of what's happening in the, I'm sensitive to what's happening in my mind as I'm trying to parse this, trying to understand and see the data.
This ribbon house.
Health. Yeah, that's better coming from LR. It's perfect. Coming right from the bottom. Yeah. Super. The other thing that's cool about it is it's adding discoverability. This is kind of like having text and button images at the same time in a user interface, right? It's adding discoverability to what's happening. If you didn't have that and you just saw the damage inflicted, you might not know what's happening, right? Similarly, if you just saw the health pluses spin around, it might not be clear. But by seeing the text as well, you get a strong sense of what's happening, right? What's exactly happening. And what's cool about that is we're essentially communicating on two different channels. There's a visual channel, an animated channel, where we're having a symbolic representation of what's happening. And there's also the text channel, right, that's coming in where we're saying, here's exactly what it is. And when you send the same message on two different channels, people get a, oh yeah, I got it, more than they would otherwise. And that's what I'm looking for, right? I want people to be like, got it, got it, got it, right? As every visual element appears in the show. That's what I'm looking for. Okay, cool. That's end of part one. Part two. Here we go, kids. You ready for it? Wish Rory were here right now. He'd be like, wait, what? We just did a good show. We're done. No, we're going on. Here's what we're doing for part two. I need to be able to add coins or subtract coins from a player. And look at what I did. I actually did this a long time ago and I haven't used this yet. I created all the different coins. I created animations of the coins spinning. And this is what it's looking like. You can see it just spinning around right there above. And I created one for each of the different pieces inside of Dungeons and Dragons. Overkill Productions. Yeah, I know it's insane, but I want to visualize getting money and or not getting money. So I'm kind of thinking about this idea. Surely Dev says, lurk off doing dinner duties. Okay, buddy. So what I'm thinking about is I'm thinking about like a bag of holding dropping from the ceiling and then just kind of stopping, almost like it's on a spring. And then I'm thinking about coins shooting out and then or dumping out of the front over onto the player when they get coins. Or maybe we just drop them from the ceiling. It could just be that, actually. And then later we can decide what we want to do. But the cool thing about having them come out of the bag is we can make them, we've got our physics engine that we've already built. It's not hard to have sprites follow those physics, right? Where we're just shooting them out, right? At different velocities, different angles, right? Almost like a particle system, right? An emitter, but using the animated spinning coins. We've got the ability to reverse the direction of the coin. Everything in our engine we've got to support this. A trapdoor opens and dumps the coins. We could do that. I don't have any trapdoor assets at the moment, but we could totally do that. Where the trapdoor actually kind of like, it kind of, I almost think it's like a, you know, I can't think of anything that exists in the real world, but I almost think it's like, imagine this similar to what happens when pudding comes on, right? So when pudding comes on, you've got this kind of thing right here, right? And I'm thinking about something like that, right? That comes from the top and opens up in the trapdoor and they spill out. Or it could just drop down from the ceiling, open up. But I imagine it's made of wood. Two doors open in the middle. That's exactly what I'm thinking about, Judson. Yeah, Pudding says particle system. Yeah, well, we're kind of going to create a particle system here for this. We've essentially already done it. We've got the ability to do it. We're just going to say where we're going to move it from. The cool thing about the bag of holding kind of floating in the air and dropping down and kind of having this buoyancy to it is that we get to do the tossing up and see the curves before it comes down. That's the cool thing. Yeah, we could also do a portal, but you know what? Let's go ahead and maybe drop them from the ceiling first. We'll get that thing going, and then we'll figure out whether we're going to have something open up or not. But I kind of like here it comes, and it opens up. The other thing we can do, too, is we can have them shoot up from the sides and land on the player, right? Or come out from the Dungeon Master, actually, onto the player. And if we lose coins, they'd go the other way. Or, yeah, there's all kinds of ways to play. We could have them come out of this corner over here. There could be the bag of holding kind of slides out on a shelf, and or a money bag, whatever that would be, and the coins come out from there or go up into it, either way. And we've already done the code, which is super interesting. We've done the code. I think we do like test CG1. Is that it? Yeah, look at the balls. The balls are thrown right up so that they hit their apex at the right spots where they want to land. And we do have the wiggle there, by the way. We have the wiggle on these. Of course, now I got all those coins in the, there. I got to go clean up. My docking doesn't remove the coins. Clean up some of those coins there. There you go. Jetsom's out helping. All right. Go clean up those coins, Jetsom. And drop that down over there. Jetsom's going to clean up the coins for us. Thanks, Jetsom. Appreciate that. So this is kind of what I want to do. I've got all of these different spinning pieces. I want to make that happen. So here we go. I think we're going to do this hopefully without stopping this guy right here. Edit without editing continue. I just need some coins. Yeah, no, I think we're going to need to stop. So let's stop. We're going to make the changes. Yeah, I'm going to stop this, and I think I'm going to need to stop. I'm going to stop both of them. So I'm going to wait till Jetsom gets the last coins before I stop the drone. The drone is going to become non-responsive for a moment while I stop it. We'll start everything back up again, and we'll trust that it's all going to come in not too, won't take too long. Get those right there for me, buddy. Get those coins. All right. Actually, no, I think we're good, actually. Those coins you don't have to get. I'm going to get, I'm going to shut down. What is it? Why do I not see it? Did I already shut it down? Looks like I already shut it down. I did. Okay. So Jetson may not be able to move because it's already shut down. I closed down the one that I thought I that I didn't realize was it. Okay, so both of these are closed down now. Now what I want to do is I need to add some signalR to communicate this. I've already got something that's kind of similar called change player health. So what I want to do is I'm going to do a search for change player health through my entire solution. And everywhere that shows up, I'm going to replace it with the change player wealth, like that. Fine, with player data. I'm okay with that. And there's that. Duplicate that. There's the wealth. Good, 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 good. So that takes care of both of those. And I don't need to worry about that yet. The front game is where I'm going to really do it. So there, at least let's do this. We'll copy this in the front game. Change it to wealth, like that. That'll be the DTO comes by. And here in connection, we need to do something similar here. So let's duplicate this. Wealth, wealth, and that should do it. Only need to worry about it on the front game though. Nope, not true. We got to do it on the back game too. The back game needs it because It needs to update the scroll. I think. So we'll put that there as well. Let's go back over to connection here. Clear wealth. Okay, good. Next we need to look where this is called. This is called from our signalR connection piece right here. Duplicate this as well. Good. And that's done. And now we've got our connection. So when this command comes down, we'll run it. And I think that's all we need to do. I think that's it. Change player health. Good. Good. That's it for here. Now, wait, are we running? I thought I'm confused here. It's acting as if we are running. But I don't see evidence of it running. Okay, I'm going to hit Shift F5. Maybe it hasn't. What's happening? There's no stop debugging option in here. This is not good. I feel like I'm in a state where I can't do anything on this. Do I really close it? Build must be stopped. Oh, it's building. All right, let's cancel the build. That's weird, because I didn't see any evidence of it building across the bottom. Okay, so there's the build. Make sure everything is saved. Now I want to, let me close down every instance of Chrome. Good. Run. There's that one. Now in the D&D app, I want to do the same thing. I want to look for change player health. Do search all for change player health. I think there's going to be at least one of these in here where we trigger it. That's like kind of an important one right there. Selection increase, Shift Enter to duplicate the method, change it to wealth. All right, that's good. So we got that piece done. We can go over in here to XAML now, since we're not actually running. Wait, is there anything else I need? Okay, we got both of those taken care of. This one right here, we want something similar to this. I'm going to put that down near the here somewhere. Put that there for now. Let's go ahead and just close that. And I think we essentially want something similar to this kind of box right here. That's going to become change player wealth. All right. It's going to be, the text there's going to be change wealth. Create an event handler for it. All right, let's figure out what class are we going to send down in here as the serialized object. And I think, so here's the question. If I say you get 1 gold, does 1 gold drop out? I guess it does. Okay, I think I know what it's going to look like. All right, let's create the new class. Whoops, not an X. That's going to give me an exception. I want a C for class, and I want to create a class called wealth change, I think. And it's going to have a number of properties in it. So num gold, like that, num silver, num copper, num, I think it's electrum. Is that right? Let's go check that out. Yep, it's right. Just looking at the animation there. So we've got electrum, gold, platinum. Haven't done that yet. We've got silver. So platinum, copper. I got copper as well. So just platinum is last. Like that. So that's what I think a wealth change looks like. And I kind of want to have a constructor I'm not going to do it. I was going to say I want a constructor that kind of can, you know, I can pass in a, you know, 1.3 gold, and it's going to take that 0.3 and turn it into 1 gold and 3 silvers or something like that. Okay, you know what? Maybe I do it. I want to do it. Do I? Yeah, no, I'm going to do this for now just like this. We may put that somewhere else. I'm going to put that in utils. So we're not running. I'm going to move this type to file. So we added a new wealth change piece. I want to copy this clipboard. I want to go over into my overlays. Where am I going to put that wealth change place? So both, I guess I can put it in Dragon Game, the ancestor to both of these guys. This is already running and it's kind of a hassle. Yeah, it looks like that's what I'm doing. So I want to essentially create something here like this. Let me just comment all this out, and let's come in here and create a new class. Same name, wealth change, and let's do a VN for number, and we'll call this num gold. That's kind of what we want all of this to become. One, two, three, four. We got 4 of those. We need 1 more. Okay. There's our wealth change piece over there. So we can now get rid of it on this side when that piece comes in here. The change wealth comes in. So we want something here. We want wealth change equals to JSON parse player wealth data DTL. And now we need to do the animation is what we need to do. All right, to do the animation, we need to first, well, we could do this. Let's do this, console log. I guess we just do gold now to make sure that it's working. So if we just did that to make sure it's working, let's run the D&D app. Let's go find, and by the way, I want to, now on the main so that everybody's got control again, let's refresh I'll get rid of the music for a second. The drone game. So we can get the music going again. Sweet. Builders, no. Don't do anything. Let's I want to rename this, and I want to move it down into the core, the D&D core, because I want to be able to put test cases around this easily. It's too high level. The class is too high level. I think I want to call it coins. Find coins. There's coins right there. I want to move it down into D&D core. So I'll hold the shift key down, drag it down to there, release it. So the D&D core, there's my coins. Good. Let's change this to D&D core. Like that. Let's go back over to good, good, good. I want to rename it down here in the overlays as well. Much better. Okay, then I need a set from text right here. And I think it's going to look like this. If td double dot try parse text comma out td gives me the double result. Then I want to come in here and I want to work on that. And so we're going to say that this is in gold. Is what we're going to say. And so I want to say num gold pieces, I guess is an integer. Num gold is equal to result dot, no wait, math dot floor result. Okay? And CI is going to cast to an int like that. That's a great template. All the C templates are excellent for casting like that. So there's my num gold. Then I want to say, let's bring the, I think we should bring up for reference here the D&D currency, because I don't forget which is which here. D&D currency. Okay, An electrum is wait. An electrum is equal to 2 golds. No, wait, that's not right. What am I not reading this table correctly? How many electrum is in one? How many electrum is in a gold piece? There are 2 electrums in it. So that's what's in a gold piece. There's 20 of those in a platinum piece. Okay, so basic electrum is half of a gold. Here we go. This is the better way to look at it. If I look at this row right here, that's going to tell me how many golds to get to that particular piece there. So my silver piece is 1/10 is what it is. So my number of silver pieces, I need to kind of get to that next piece right there. So we're going to say, I think we're going to say result equals minus equals num gold. So we're going to take that piece off of there. I think we're also going to check to see, hey, if we have more than 10 gold pieces, we're going to have platinum pieces as well. So, like that. And then I'm going to say, hey, if num platinum is greater than 0, then I want to say num gold minus equals num platinum times 10. Okay? Everybody with me on that? Does that make sense? I think that makes sense. Then we're going to say result is, we're taking result down by the amount of gold. So now we're just into fractions. And then we're going to say result times equals 10. So now we're working on the next piece, which is going to be the silver pieces. So we're going from gold pieces to silver. We'll come back with electrum in a second once we find out how many silver pieces we've got. And so the silver pieces code is going to look kind of similar to what we've already got. And so this is going to be num silver is equal to int mat result floor that, and num electrum is equal to num silver divided by 50. And if num electrum is greater than 0, then num silver is equal to num silver minus the number of electrum times 50. Sorry, 5. 5 both in these places here. So num electrum is equal to the number of silver divided by 5, because 5 silvers go into 1 electrum. Right there. 5 silvers give me 1 electrum. I just realized this would be way easier to read if this had the word number 1 in front of it. Number 1, number 1, number 1, number 1. Okay. Here's my num silver. And I got my num electrum. Then we're going to say result equals result minus num silver. Result is equal to this times 10. And now we're into copper pieces. We say num copper. We can just go with the regular property right now. We can say num copper is equal to int mat floor of result. Is that right? Yeah. Yeah. Is there 10 copper to a silver? So we'll just have those coppers right there. So num copper is equal to that. Then we're going to say num silver. I'm going to go up in order here with uppercase in front of it, is equal to num silver. And num electrum is equal to num electrum, num gold. Come on. Num gold is equal to num gold. And then num platinum is equal to num platinum. Okay. Now I want to do a, I want to spend some time in test cases here for a second on this. Make sure we're good here. So let's go into our D&D test down over here. I'm going to open up any one of these. I'm going to create a new test class in here. Just hit the letter T in here. Coders is going to build the rest for me. So we'll call this the coin tests, like this. And we're going to say test coins from text. And so we want to say we want to create a new coins like this. Declare local coins, and then I want to say coins.set from text. And I want to pass in, let's do 1.25, like that. And then I want to do a assert equal, expected value 1, this one coins.numGold. And assert equal coin, we want 2 here. This is going to be num silver. Like that. And we want to have a 5 here, and this is going to be num copper. Let's try just running that one alone. See what happens. Pass. That's good. Let's do a couple more. Let's change this. Okay, we come in 175. And 175, we should get still 2 silvers, but we should also get 1 electrum now. And I also almost think that we should also be checking up here to make sure we have nothing here for electrum and nothing for num platinum. And I think that's right as well. So we got a 1, 50 cents, or 50 coppers, 2 more, give me 70, and then 5 more, give me that. Let's do one more thing here. If text dot starts with that, then I want to say text is equal to text.subster 1, and I want to create a multiplier here. Set it equal to 1, and down here I'm going to set it equal to -1. And by the way, nice template multipliers on the clipboard. I just typed in s -1 like that to get this piece right here. And now that I've got that multiplier, I can now come in here and across the board say it's going to be the multiplier times all of these numbers. So it's either going to be positive or negative. So if I pass in a negative number, we're going to strip out the negative at the beginning and say our multiplier is a -1. That's how we're going to support negative values. Let's copy this. Let's come down again here. Test coins from negative 41.99. And so we're going to come in here and say negative 41.99. Now 41.99 should give us how many platinums? 4 platinums. Should give us 1 gold. Should give us 1 electrum. Should give us 4 silvers and 9 coppers. And actually, these should all be negative numbers right here. Sorry. Negatives. Now let's go in. Let's take our coin test, move it to its own file. And let's run all the coin tests just to make sure that our logic is good and we've got, you know, at least these kind of samplings out there of the logic are working as expected. Two, failed. Num copper is not 5. Num copper's not working. And whatever here, num electrum actual is 81. And it sounds like I've got a serious flaw over here in my coins. Well, let's debug it. Let's just step in because I think it's going to be easier to visualize if we get in here and debug it. So we'll do this right here. We're expecting a problem with the copper. With that, I just want to put a comment down here so we can see what the problem was. Electrum is 81. And set a breakpoint here, set a breakpoint there. Let's go debug our tests. Okay, so copper was 55. Why is that? Let's jump in here. So num, so there's our result, 1.75. Num gold is equal to 1. Num platinum is equal to 0. Okay, result subtraction, now we're at the 0.75. Multiplied by 10, we got to 7.5 now. Okay, num silver is equal to 7, that's right. Num electrum is, yep, so we got 1 electrum. And then num silver, which was 7, is now going to drop down to it's an ordering problem, a sequencing problem. This needs to happen here. And this needs to happen here before we drop them down. That's the problem. I think we're going to get better results now. Let's come back up here. And let's run it. Still had the problem. Jump back in again. Okay, yeah, edit and continue hasn't caught up because it's in another, I'm going to have to stop and debug again, even though I made a change. Yeah, I've noticed edit and continue, if I make a change into a reference assembly, it's edit and continue is like, yeah, I don't think I can do this. I'm still using the old code. So we have to stop it and restart it again. That's what we're doing. And the way I could tell that is when we're stepping through the code, it was highlighting. It wasn't highlighting the correct line of code. It was highlighting something that looked like it was old. So the highlight range didn't correspond to the actual code we were looking at. Clear. I want to clear that. Let's just run it. Let's just run it. F10. Yeah. So the fix worked. And the fix worked. All right, sweet. So our logic was generally good. Just a small little detail. Generally good's not bad, right? Okay. So now I've got test cases for my coins. I've got my coin piece up. Next, I need to send that over. I think I can start this up and run. I've got my set from text call, right? Am I calling it? Yeah, I'm calling it from right there. So I can pass in something like that. It's going to convert it to the coins, send it over. Let's at least run this and check in our check inside of here. Let's load up the front overlay. If we get that console log message, and if we do, then it's just a matter of doing the animation, dropping the coins down from the ceiling. At the very least, we'll do that. Although, how cool would it be if we could throw them and have them land exactly where we wanted them, right on the player? That would be cool. Initialize player data. All right. All right, so wealth change. Speaking 1.25. Change wealth. What do we got here? Cannot read property length undefined. Whoa, change player health. My bad. That's my problem right there. Run. Change player wealth from connection right there. Gold is 1. Let's change it to 21.5. Change wealth. What? How did gold get to 1 from that? That's bizarre. So breakpoint here. I'm sure it's not 1. That's ridiculous if it were. Yep, that's, oh wait, gold is 1 because platinum is 2. I gotcha. Okay, we're good. Let's change this to a 7 just so we can see that it is in fact working like we're expecting. There's the 7 right there for the gold. Okay, good. So we're sending data over there. Now we got to figure out how to animate it. Let's look at that. With the Dragon Front game, here's where we are here. I'm thinking about a class dedicated to handling this. And I want to just see if we got this. We've got Fred in here. I'm thinking about a class similar to Visual Studio's not responding. Try to do a search here. Oh, because it was all open documents, just current document. Thanks. Yeah, so I'm kind of looking at something like what we have with Fred as well. Because what's Fred, by the way? Fred's its own thing. Yeah, I think I'm going to be create a new class up here. And I'm going to call this the coin manager until I come up with a better name. And let's create a new instance of it here. Let's kind of look at where text animations is doing its stuff. Hold on. What's going on with my context here? I've got a my context. What's up with context? Got both the my context and a context in here. Okay, I am getting rid of the my context reference back here in the text animations. Should just be context. I think they're probably one in the same reference, but we're just going to do that. All right, so we're going to pass in context in now to the draw. And I think draw inside of the sprites is automatically going to call update positions before it draws them. So I think that's all we need to do right there for the coin manager. Let's declare this. Why can't I declare it? Can I jump to this? I can, it's coin manager. Why can't I declare this? I'm hitting control dot and nothing's coming up to declare the method. All right. I could do it by hand here. Draw. I was thinking, damn, Mark is really quiet. Then I realized I muted the stream by accident. Oh, I'm glad it's you, Frank, and not me. Looks like I'm sending a signal out. Phew. Yeah, sometimes I get really quiet like that when you click on the mute button. Okay, Frank, we're just we're trying to do the coin manager that's going to handle the animations for the coins. We also need to do like a load resources function in here to load up all of those animations. And that also means that inside of our constructor here, we want to come in, actually not here. There's a load resources function inside of the Dragon Front game. There it is. So we just want to say, look, this dot manager. Oh, this is here. This was on the clipboard. It would have been much faster if I just hit Shift Enter and then paste. That's what I want there. Okay, so there's my load resources there. Now I need to go I need a couple things. I need some sprites and I need a sprite collection. So I need something code that looks like this inside of my load resources. I need a sprites collection. How am I not getting that? Sprites collection, I guess I gotta type it. All coins, this sprites collection. Then I think I'm just going to do something like this. And this is going to be, we'll call this gold. Wait, hold on, the rename didn't work, I think, because of this guy right here. That might be part of the problem as well. All right, now can I get a rename of this? Oh, sorry. Here we go. Gold. Like that. Gold. Let's go find the path. It's going to be in coins. Slash, I think, gold. All of these have the same number of, they have 60 frames of animation, so 2 seconds for a full spin. So 60 frames of animation, 30 frames a second. Animation style is a loop, and this last parameter just pads so that if I have something with fewer than one digit in it, it'll add a 0 to the beginning of it, like that right there. Okay. For the index. And the origin X and Y will be the same on all of these. The origin X and Y is going to be right smack dab in the center. Looks like it's about 1717. Okay, origin X 17, origin Y 17. And now I want to, it's supposed to be sprite collection. There we go. And I want a new function called load coin. Just regular function, load coin. It's going to take a name, and I think that's it. And it's going to return the sprites. And so now we're going to come in here and say, let gold equal to this dot load coin of gold. This is going inside here, and I'm replacing gold here. Similarly here. Like that. Everything else is the same about it. And then we're going to return, let's call this, rename this to something more generic like coins. And then we're going to return the coin. Okay? So now we've got the gold coming back. Do I really need to do anything with that? Maybe I just simply need to add it to all coins. The code is this. Duplicate that, change this to silver, duplicate that, change this to copper, duplicate that, change this to electrum, duplicate that, change this to platinum. All right, cool. And we wrote this a long time ago, but our engine is super cool in that when we say load up these 60 frames, the engine's like, okay, I gotcha, and loads them in the background while the overlay is, you know, essentially idle. It kind of does background loading based on size, number of frames in the animation. So something with a really long animation is loaded up first before things with smaller amounts of animation. But also, if I try to start playing something, then its priority goes up. So if I try to start dropping coins, it'll up the priority of those and load those up. So what's cool about this is I can very quickly say, here's everything I want, bum, 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 and then we're in and the game is running. And then later when I actually need it, then it'll show up and appear. So that's all pretty sweet. In the draw, I think all we need here is to say all coins dot draw. Like that, passing in the context and the now. And I think that might be it. Coin manager. Okay, wait. Now I need a function to add things to it. I need something like add coins. And guess what I'm going to pass in? I'm going to pass in that new class we created called coins. Like that. Why don't you, oh, because I'm doing C# and I should be doing TypeScript. Like that. Give me some syntax highlighting here to help me know that you understand that. That does not make sense. That error does not make sense to me at all. Huh. It's weird. It's like it seems to be syntax highlighting it correctly now. All right, just waiting for the syntax highlighter to catch up. Okay. All right, so now we want to do this. Okay. Like this. And so now what I want to do is I want to say, hey, this dot all coins dot get sprites by name, passing in the coin name, like that. Clear a local right there. That's going to be of type sprites, like that. And so if we get the sprites back, which we should, let's get out of here if we don't get it. But if we do, then we should be able to come in here and say add. And now we need some sort of XY position in here. So X, this needs an XY as well. So VN here, X, VN here, Y, like that. Then we're going to pass in X and a Y as well. We could arguably throw in a velocity kind of thing and maybe some acceleration. But for now, I'm just going to do X and Y here. So now sprites dot X, comma Y, comma what else do I need? Nothing. Is that it? Starting frame index. I think I can pass it a -1. And if I pass it a -1, it's going to turn that into a random frame. Check frame index. Yep, look at that. -1 is going to do that. Okay, so that's going to start to the random frame number, so it should have a different starting piece right here. This is going to be my sprite, like this. That's my sprite proxy type right there. And I want to say let me just give it a vertical thrust override of equal to like 9.8 meters per second. And let's add coins by name, or add coins. We'll put it in the middle of the screen to see where everything goes here. So the vertical thrust override is that. It'll have initially no velocity, so it'll just kind of drop from a free fall. It's spinning. We might want to reverse the spin. I think it looks like I want to do something like this. If random dot percent chance percent, so I want to give it a 50% chance. I want to reverse it. Animation reverse override is equal to true. Double check that that's a Boolean. It is. Okay. So I'm going to reverse it so it'll spin one way or the other. The other thing I want to do too is I want to say sprite.frame rate override, frame interval override equals FPS 30 times random between 0.8. Are these supposed to be ints? I could need to double check this. This might be something that only needs an int. No, it looks like it does not need that at all. Sweet. So I want to get a frame rate that's between 80% and 120% of that FPS 30. So it's, some will spin quickly, some will spin slowly. Maybe even make it wider, wider disparity there. Between maybe half and double. Okay. And now I have added that to the sprites list. I've modified it. And I think that's all I need to do. Oh, the num coins right here. For num coins to work, I need to do a for loop here. To num coins. And inside of there, I need to do this. All right, add coins by name, add coins. This might work. We might be at a point where we might actually get this to work. We just have to call add coins from the right spot. And I think we were in that spot. Wealth changed, right? Wealth, change player wealth. Here's what we want to do. Call this dot add coins. Is it here? Nope, we want to say this dot coin manager dot add coins. And we want to pass in the wealth change. Is that going to work? We need an X and Y. All right, I'll throw it right in the middle of the screen. So that's 960, 540. And we'll see what happens with that. And it's just occurring to me that we're not sending in our player wealth DTO. We're not sending over which player ID. We need to do that so we get the coins in the right spot. But let's see, we've been coding for like what, about an hour it feels like, and we're about ready to test to see if we can actually see coins on the screen. So I'm going to go to my drag and front overlay, refresh. Uh-oh. What do we got here? All coins. All right, we'll fix that. That needs to be equal to new sprite collection, like that. Come back over to refresh. Okay, let's initialize player data. Here we go. Okay. So we can send some player wealth here. Get this so it's over here. What? Is there a Dragon Humpers stream tonight? There is. Tonight. Yes. Thursday night. Live tonight. I think the time is off on the on the piece that's out there. I think it's off by an hour. I was looking for the alert in terms of when it's going, but the start time is 9 o'clock Eastern time is when it's going to start. So convert that to yours, your local time zone. That's like 6 Pacific time, 6 p.m. Pacific time, and that was the first one was 9 p.m. Eastern. Yeah, check it out. I think it's going to be funny. I think I just lost power for a second. Okay, let's see if we got anything, we can see any coins. No mistakes. Remember, no mistakes, it's perfect. Click on Change Wealth. Let's move this off to the side. Here we go. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Not bad, but it's also not moving. And we don't have a life on it either, which means it's up forever. Okay, so that was not bad, but kind of, on the Humpers page it says 3 days. That's my bad too. I haven't changed that. I'll change that to after the show. I'll make it show the correct start time. We'll add Thursday to it. Actually, maybe I'll do this now. See if I'm logged in with the correct profile. I think I might be. Why does it take so long to load? I have really fast internet. All right, so here, check this out. Schedule countdown. Configure. So we're going to add a new show Thursday. Add 1800. That's 6 o'clock. Oops. Do I have to? I can't just type in an 8 there. I cannot. Okay. There we go. And the time zone is Pacific. Save settings. See what it says. Yeah, I think its conversion to my local time zone is wrong. So, so I saved the settings, activated it. I would assume that activate would close the window down, but it looks like it's not. 6 hours from now. Yeah, it looks like it's off for me, but I think it could be my personal conversion time. Its time zone is America, Guatemala. I think there's a bug in the conversion time. So see if 6 hours and yeah, I don't think it's 6 hours from now. When we do it here, it is at hold on, let's get up the time and date converter here. So this is my time zone, and in we want to say like Los Angeles here, like that. So in Los Angeles, it's at 6 p.m., which is 1800. It's 1900 our time. 19 is 6 hours. It is 6 hours and 12 minutes from now to get to 19. It looks like it is correct. Okay, good. Yep, we're good. All right, thanks so much, Surly. Yeah, no, I'm glad, because the last time I looked at it, it was off by an hour. It seemed like it was off by an hour, so I wasn't certain. So yeah, there we go. Cool. It's 12:48, exactly. 12:48 right now in Costa Rica. All right. So we need to do something else, and I think that there's a. There's something on the sprite to allow it to move. And I forget what that is. Or do I need to call update positions? Am I just missing a call to update positions here? Let's try that. We'll take those two changes. Oh, we need to give it a lifetime so that it doesn't just float forever. But I guess I don't have a lifespan. All right, so we'll say expiration date equals, do I have a now in here? Expiration date is equal to now plus 2000. Give it a fade out time as well. Fade out time is equal to, I don't know, 700. And it may just drop right off screen as well. So before it fades out, I'm kind of okay with that. Let's refresh up here. See if we can get something that looks like it is, like it's falling. I bet I can just click this without initializing anything. Let's see what happens if I change it. Do I see anything? Oh, there we go. It kind of was there and disappeared. Let's try again. So it's still not moving. Okay. So it's one of vertical thrust override. Yeah, it's like we were kind of here already. It's in update position. And I am now directly calling update position, I think, right? Well, I'm calling update positions. And we go into the sprites and do the update positions. If this moves, I think that's what I need to set. We got some dramatic music to see if we can fix this bug. Sprite.moves. No suggestions. Is that inside of the sprites collection? I think we need it here. Right? That's where it is. It's in there. Okay, cool. Yeah, this is a moving sprite. I think that's going to solve it. Let's do it again. Refresh. And I'm just going to click the button because I don't need to do the wait. I don't have to initialize player data to test it. Doesn't look like it's moving. I'm going to call that big fat not moving. Let's see what we got here. Coins moves. Set a breakpoint here. And I think we probably have no coins in here. What we do, we have some, oh, we have an array of sprites, sorry. But inside of here, we probably have no actual coins. Yeah, they're all empty. Let's clear this breakpoint. Let's run. And we'll set it, we'll come in and set it in a hurry after we hit this button. We hit change wealth, come over here, set a breakpoint there. And now we should get inside here and be able to see what's going on. So stepping into it, stepping into the draw. Nothing, no sprites there. Draw. It's like I'm in the draw, but I want to be in the update position piece is where I want to be. Why am I not where I thought I was? Yeah, I feel like I'm clearly here in update positions. Did I not refresh? Is that why I'm in the wrong code when I stepped into it? Let's try one more time. Step into it. I'm in draw. Okay, so it looks like I didn't refresh. So let me try a refresh here. We'll run it. Interesting. One more time. Refresh. Change well. There we go. Yeah, okay. Sometimes that happens. It's not very smooth. Okay. Let's do a couple other things. Time start is equal to now plus random between I guess I'll just say 0 and 1000. This dot horizontal. I just want velocity. What's my horizontal velocity? Horizontal thrust? No. Where's my velocity? Velocity? I see. Okay, velocity x equals random dot between, and we're going to say this is going to go between a 0, maybe a -3 and a +3, my horizontal velocity. And let's say my velocity y is equal to random between 0 and -2. Playing with that. There's a little bounce as it comes out. Let's see what happens. Okay, change wealth. Better. Okay, the spread is a little bit too much here. Let's drop it to, let's cut it in half. Let's go to the X and Y position. We're going to drop this out at, we'll drop it out at 0 for now, so it'll come from the, whoops, sorry, not there, 0 here. And that's going to come from the top of the screen. We also want to extend the life of this here. The expiration date is going to be the time start plus whatever that lifespan is going to be, like that. Let's try that. And I actually don't think I really want it to fade out. I just want it to drop off screen. Fade out time is 0, which I think it defaults to 0. Okay, refresh. Okay, change wealth. Better. Nice. Why are we looking like we're fading out though? Maybe the fade out time, maybe I should actually specify it. Maybe the fade out time does, I've seen it also default. I've seen places in the code where it defaults to 0 too, or to 4000 I think maybe. So let's try that. Refresh. Okay, change wealth. Sure looks like it's fading out to me. Could be the opacity is changing. I mentioned your stream and Dragon Surf some fellow geeks in Makerspace the other day, and one of them was very complimentary and enthusiastic about the DevExpress controls he uses and how quickly they let him get apps out the door. I know it's not your area specifically, but thought you might like to know. Thanks. I will pass that along to the devs. Yeah, well, you know, we are, look, it's all about quality, right? If we can't create high quality stuff, we can't survive, right? It's got to be good. So, you know, we spend a lot of effort and energy focused on really trying to get high quality stuff out there. That's what we're trying to do. I'm not sure why these are fading out. It does not make sense to me, but they sure appear. I'm going to play with this. I don't think this is going to change it. I'm just wondering, are we drawing this? Is the global context? We're doing it at the end of our text animations. Under, I could come in here and say context dot global alpha equals 1. I don't think that's going to make a difference either. But let's see what happens if either of those two changes work. Looks like it worked. All right, cool. So now if we're doing 7.25, we should see, okay, I see 7 of those. I think there's 7 golds coming down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 golds are coming down. Where's my silver and electrum? Okay, it could have something to do with this code right here. So if num silver is greater than 0, like that. And then we're going to do like maybe num copper. That, duplicate that, and get to electrum. So this is actually kind of cool. We have now an effect that's actually going to drop the exact amount of coins on you. Look at that, got platinum for me. Good job, CodeRush. All right, I think those are all the coins. Let's refresh. We're missing a sound effect. We're missing the total on what it is coming up. But it's not bad. Change wealth. Do it again. Wow. That's super cool. I think the span, the span time start, this is too much. I think we need I think it needs to be less. This could be maybe a little bit more. Let's see what we got now. Refresh. All right, not bad though. We've got started with 2 specific goals. I do want to add the plus. I want to do the gold, showing the wealth coming up, how much it is. Look at that. That's going to be fun too, because it's essentially money raining down on the players. Let's do it on the live stream and see what it looks like over me. We're going to need to figure out. We are going to need to figure out where to put it. We're going to have to change the data we're sending across. And to do that, we're going to need to restart the overlay. So I probably won't do it this stream. I don't know. Waiting for the overlay to finish loading. There it is. Right there. Initialize player data. All right. Change wealth. Rain on me. Sincerely, Deb. There you go. Uh-oh, what if somebody hit the SWAT button? Oh, you got out just in time, Shirley. Change wealth. Yeah. It's cool. It's super cool, right? Because it's using exactly, it's totally inside the, you know, the D&D. It's a little bit, there's something, performance is not great. Is it my GPU? Yeah, I think it's my GPU. I'm gonna have to research this. This feels like a new issue since we brought sprinkles in. Even though we're not drawing sprinkles right now. That's some pretty serious GPU usage. This Chrome I can get rid of. This is the weirdest thing in the world. The lighting service. This animates the lights on my laptop and my keyboard. Why is it taking so much? That's like crazy. I'm going to end that task right there. We can also drop this one down here. This is the Google Chrome we're testing in. It's this one right here. Let's see what happens when we just go back to the main page on here. Yeah, it's dropping down, way down. Okay, let's go try the animation again on screen without that other stuff sucking it up. See if it looks any smoother. Change wealth. Yeah, much smoother. It's fun. I think players are going to love it. So let's play with just a little bit here in terms of what we're going to send out. Let's send out 1775. Change wealth. Yeah, there should have been a platinum piece in there, which I think is the big round. There it is, just coming down right there. You got an electrum in there, that's the blue one. Cool. Combine that with some coin sounds. And then we need to change wealth if it's in the negative direction. If it's negative, we essentially need to throw it up over there from wherever we are. I think I'll work on that, I don't know, maybe tomorrow? I think that's what I'll do. I think I'll call it a show. Thanks everybody for your help hanging out with us today. Check us out tonight at twitch.tv/dragonhumpers. Right out there. Let's go see who else out there is streaming, and we'll send you over there. Can I still play with the drone after the raid? As long as I continue streaming, I think you can. You have to come back to the chat room because you're going to be switched to a different chat room. But I think you can if I continue streaming, but I'm probably not going to continue streaming for much longer beyond. So collect those quickly. C# Fritz is out there. We'll send you out to Jeff. Here comes the raid. Tell Jeff I said hi. Franklin was out there a short while ago. Oh, really? Cool. All right, maybe I'll hang out for a while in the raid.